What is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're gonna be talking about the MyTEAM community having a pretty big disagreement on the agendas concept in MyTEAM. So there's a lot to talk about. Now, I'm gonna just start off this video by saying I love what 2K has done with this system. I'm absolutely in love with this in general. I think the system they've got going this year is something that I personally never want this to change. I like this, but there's also some people that don't like this, and I'm going to be talking about their side of things and how they see some things in general. Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards 110,000 subscribers. So here's the deal, okay? This grind is crazy. It is, okay? This grind is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely nuts. And if you do have a full-time job, if you don't have a ton of time to spend on the game, ultimately, guys, you're not going to have time to do this. But on the flip side, it's the first time in MyTEAM where you've been able to grind for some of the top players in the entire game. How many times in the past, we can go through some of the free cards we've got last year. How many times were those cards good? Just think about that in the back of your mind. How many times were we able to grind for an agenda card in MyTEAM that was really good or a top tier? Your answer is not very much, okay? The amount of times you were able to grind for something that was good was very, very small and very limited. And that brings me to my point is, what is the point of grinding for cards that don't even make your squad? Let's just go to like the Pink Diamond Josh Hart from last year. That card was okay. Was he a locker code for Valentine's Day? Like I know that card was free and he was okay, but he's nothing compared to what these cards are. I mean, you got limited warm-ups, which was just horrible last year for free cards. You had, just these random cards until we got to Zero Gravity. And here's the deal. Everybody remembers Zero Gravity last year being so good and something that needs to be a thing this year. Now, I get that, and I get because of MyTEAM Limited, some of the lower tier cards were good and valuable. But let's talk about how many of the cards were actually good, okay? From Ruby and up, last year in Zero Gravity, we saw Ruby Smush Parker. Okay, I mean, at that time, we had, just great budget players. We had Diamond Kawhi Takeoff at that time. I mean, there was just no real point to use him, okay? Then we got Ruby Bill Russell. Okay, literally the definition of mid in MyTEAM was the Ruby Bill Russell. Then we got Ruby Will Barton, another very mediocre player. Vinny up next, and then we saw Brandon Clark mid. Kenyon Martin Jr. mid. Rocco, who I love Rocco, but I mean, Rocco was even limited on how good he could be because we had guys like Jonathan Kuminga for 1,000 or 2,000 MT. Then we got Rick Smits, who everybody gassed to the moon. I get Rick Smits was fine, but why would you use Rick Smits when we have guys like Jack Sickman in the game, when we got guys like Dino Raj and Jermaine O'Neal? There's no point. Then the next day we saw Latrell Sprewell. I mean, the list goes on and on. The only reason Zero Gravity was good, in my opinion, is because at the end of it, we got Richard Jefferson. If the end Dark Matter reward would have been bad, everybody would have been mad. Look, here's my opinion. And there's positives and negatives to both. When you see agendas in MyTEAM, would you rather it be a Ruby Andre Iguodala that's not a top 10 shooting guard in the game, that it's, win 2 unlimited games, win 3 clutch time online games, 3 triple threat online games, 5 triple threat offline games, 5 clutch time offline games, in which it's basically, a 2-hour grind for a 11th through 15th best shooting guard in the game, for a card that is stat-wise very similar to this card? Would you rather have that, or would you rather have a really, really good card that people are excited about, that's literally the best card in the game, that's literally a card that you can't say 2K is pay to win anymore? That's my perspective. You right now cannot say 2K is pay to win when Andre Iguodala is better than Vince Carter. You can't say 2K is pay to win that. And so I feel like a lot of people in the MyTEAM community are kind of contradicting themselves, right? Last year, they didn't like the fact that 2K was pay to win. They didn't like the fact that, you had to pay to have the best team in the game. This year, the best cards you can get are cards you can grind for. Let's start with it. Donovan Mitchell Diamond card. I've already completed it, but obviously for Donovan Mitchell, you've got to do all this stuff that I'm about to show you if I can find it. Where's completed season agendas? My whole thing is this. I would so much rather grind this stuff, which this is probably a 10, 11 hour grind if you just focus on this. I was just playing the game and basically got all this done, obviously in domination. I would rather have that, and now I got maybe one of the best shooting guard, point guards in the entire game in Donovan Mitchell. A 10 or 11, 12 hour grind. I'm sorry. I much prefer this rather than getting a card that stat-wise is like this, that's a mediocre point guard that can play for a week or two, that, the grind was okay, but it's not really like that. Okay, look, my thing is this. For everybody out there that says, okay, I don't have time to get Andre Iguodala, I don't have time to get Donovan Mitchell, okay, cool. Play the game mode, play Clutch Time Online, play Triple Threat Online, play any game mode, MyTEAM Unlimited. Rewards this year are so good, man. I mean, just through MyTEAM Unlimited so far, I've played 15 games, and I know I've won them all, but I've played 15 games, and even if you don't win them all, you're still looking at 150 tokens. Okay, cool. You want a team that can go out there and compete? Watch my No Money Spent Squad series. I've got a lot of the Series 1 players, AD, LeBron, KD, Kawhi. Those cards can compete. You want budget cards? Right now, the meta is getting tokens. In the auction house right now, it is rare outside of, a few guys to get a really good budget card. That's not the meta right now. It's obviously going to change as more and more cards come out. But we've got to realize right now in MyTEAM, the meta and how things are going. Right now in MyTEAM, and Pau Gasol is another great budget option, but right now in MyTEAM, it is so easy to make MT by playing the game. It is, okay? And if you disagree with that, you just gotta really look at yourself. Like, it is easy to make MT by playing the game mode. No matter what game mode it is. Heck, even in Triple Threat Offline, if you play the game mode, you're gonna get decently rewarded. And so that's my perspective, right, on things. If you wanna build a good budget squad, watch my No Money Spent Squad series. I don't play the game for more than an hour a day. Me getting Donovan Mitchell, Andre Iguodala, it's not gonna happen. But you know what? I'm okay with that, okay? And why am I okay with that? Because I know after every MyTEAM Unlimited game I play, I got a chance. Eventually, I'm going to hit on one of the cards, and that's going to be an absolutely massive W. I know in MyTEAM Limited, at the end of it, you're going to get 1 out of the 10 cards that come out during the season in a very, very good card. I get why people are upset. I understand that they want the easier grinds for decent cards. But my kind of counter argument to that would be, you guys realize that those decent cards are not going to be better than Kawhi. They're not going to be better than this Giannis. They're not going to be better than Anthony Davis. We've seen it how many times in 2K. When we do get free cards, normally they're not good cards. When we get cards we can grind for that are short grinds, normally the cards just aren't good. It's the way it is. I mean, that's how it is in MyTEAM. That's how they make it. And so now we've got a chance. We've got really good cards in Donovan Mitchell and Andre Iguodala. We've got these great cards in MyTEAM now, and I personally love it. And I know I play the game a lot. But even when I was in a high school, let's say I'm in high school, I was a 4-sport athlete. I was in school, whatever. Look, I get it. If I don't have time to play the game, that's fine. But, I mean, there's still ways you can get this Donovan Mitchell. If I was in high school and I'm good at the game, I'm going to keep playing this draft mode until I get him. Same thing right now, Andre Iguodala's on boards. Why would you not be playing the draft mode instead of just complaining about it? If you're good at the game, again, you got to be good at the game to do the draft mode method, but eventually you're going to get him. And so I know it's a long grind. I'm not arguing that it's not a long grind. I get if people want zero gravity. Do I think that would be a great addition in 2Ks if they had something like that? You know, not obviously up to a dark matter, but maybe up to an amethyst at the end of it right now. Maybe. But they're just useless cards in my opinion. I mean, there are. Especially in Season 1, when we've got all of these token cards who you can literally build a squad that can compete. I mean, you run Steph at point guard, shooting guard. I mean, I don't know. You could think of somebody to run small forward, Kawhi, power forward, Giannis, center, Joel Embiid, backup center, AD backup power forward. I mean, KD backup small forward. I mean, the list goes on and on. You can build a really, really good budget team with that. I just don't like how people are like, I would rather just grind a small amount and get rewarded. I get where you guys are coming from, but you're not gonna get those big type of rewards from that. My thing is this: last year it was different, right? Last year they put these mediocre, whether it be, and last year was different too because we didn't get like the daily content. We had these rewards on triple threat boards, on unlimited, stuff like that. I get it, but would y'all rather have the Pink Diamond Bryant Reeves on boards that took you, 1 or 2 boards to get? Or would y'all rather have the Pink Diamond Terry Dishinger on boards in which you might have to play for, a week straight, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get? I'm a grinder. I would rather have something good at the end of it. That's my opinion. Because, look, right now, I'm going to say it. The best squad in the game can basically be made if you're no money spent. And that's something I personally love in my team. Okay? And that, at the end of it, is something that I think a lot of people should take pride on, man. I get not everybody can grind 20 hours a week. I get that. And you can still make a decent enough team if you don't grind out your starter cards, you can still make a decent team right now. But right now, if you grind, you get rewarded. It's that simple. And so I get why people are upset. I get this and that. But for me, I don't want 2K to change anything. I'm absolutely in love with this. And I would love to know your guys' thoughts and your guys' feedback down below in the comments. Basically, right now, I'm maybe one of the only people that thinks this. I get the RNG and the vaults are not good. But it's just like it was for Terry Dishinger. It's just like it was for those types of guys. That's my opinion. I'm in the point where it's not. There's no point of grinding for a card that's useless in my team, such as like a Bryant Reeves of last year. But I need to know your thoughts. Are you on team I like the long grinds for great players, or are you on team I'd rather have short grinds for very mediocre players? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments because I'm very, very intrigued. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.